U.S. stocks fell Thursday as investors focused on the latest corporate results, particularly weaker than expected Google earnings that were released prematurely, and mixed economic data. The Dow Jones Industrial Average ended little changed. The S&P 500 slid 0.2% and the Nasdaq fell 1%. Technology shares led declines after Google's GOG, Fortune 500 quarterly report was accidentally released early, and the results disappointed investors. Shares fell 7% when trading resumed after being halted. Google faulted Ardani Hardy, Fortune 500 for the mishap. Shares of the financial printer sank 2%. The early release by Google "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased," dampened the overall tone and had an impact on the broader indices, said Ryan Larson, a senior equity trader at RBC Global Asset Management. Shares of Dow Component Travelers Cost (TRV), Fortune 500 jumped after the insurer reported that its income more than doubled in the quarter, beating expectations, thanks to lower losses from natural disasters. Verizon VZ, Fortune 500 shares rose after the phone company posted earnings that met expectations. Shares of IBM, Fortune 500 continued to slide after the blue chip reported a dip in sales late Tuesday. Beyond earnings, the report on initial jobless "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Claims showed that the number of Americans filing for first-time unemployment benefits jumped by 46,000 to 388,000 last week. That's higher than the 360,000 that economists surveyed by Briefing.com had expected. Separately, the Philadelphia branch of the Federal Reserve said manufacturing activity improved in the district during October. "Jobless claims are certainly a factor," said Dan Greenhouse, markup strategist at brokerage BDIG in New York. But the China data dominated the early morning conversation. Earlier, the Chinese government said economic growth slowed last quarter to its lowest level since early 2009. China's economy rose at a 7.4%. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Annual rate in the third quarter, the National Bureau of Statistics said Wednesday. China's economy had grown at a 7.6% rate in the prior quarter. Asian markets still managed to close higher. The Shanghai Composite climbed 1.2%, the Hang Seng in Hong Kong added 0.5%, and Japan's Nikkei rose 2%. Related, ETF price wars heat up. Meanwhile, investors will be on the lookout for any news out of a two-day summit of European leaders in Brussels. Leaders are expected to discuss proposed reforms of the banking sector and more integrated budget policies. European stocks ended higher. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Britain's FTSE 100 rose 0.2%, the DAX in Germany added 0.6%, while France's CAC 40 gained 0.6%. Fear and Greed Index in the United States. Investors have more earnings results to sort through Thursday. Morgan Stanley MS, Fortune 500 reported earnings before the opening bell that topped analyst forecasts, posting earnings per share of 28 cents and revenue of $7.6 billion, compared to the 24 cents a share and $6.4 billion in revenue that had been expected. U.S. listed shares of Nokia NOK fell after the Finnish cell phone maker logged its sixth straight quarterly "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Loss. Asset manager Blackstone BX reported strong quarterly results, while earnings from Microsoft MSFT, Fortune 500 are due out after the close. Overall, S&P Capital IQ projects that third-quarter earnings for the S&P 500 will decline 0.7% from a year ago, the weakest showing in 3 years. Shares of Juniper Networks JNPR surged after a trade publication reported that it could be taken over by EMC, Fortune 500. Currencies and commodities. The dollar slipped against the euro and the British pound, but rose against the Japanese yen. Oil for November delivery fell. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." 2 cents to settle at $92.10 a barrel. Gold futures for December delivery slid $8.30 to end at $1,744.70 an ounce. Bonds, the price on the benchmark 10-year U.S. Treasury edged lower, pushing the yield up to 1.82% from 1.81% late Wednesday.